Hello everybody, I'm Mikaylin Rhode, aka The Rambler, aka Mickey, and welcome to the first episode on Havoc TV. So this evening we have our very first guest on the couch. She goes by the name Kitty. Kitty, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me here today. This is absolutely awesome.
So we had this discussion obviously off air, and I asked you why specifically a Hilux buggy, because like I said to you, you this tiny, but not tiny, you small, petite female, and then you have this big van. Okay, it's not very big, but for you in terms of your size, it's quite big. So why a Hilux buggy?
Well, for myself, I grew up in a Toyota loving family, and I've always had a thing for diesels. And I always knew that if you need something that's going to be big, strong, fast, and also looks good, the best thing to do is to get a Hilux.
True, and like you said off air, a Hilux gets the job done.
There we go. You need anything to get the job done.
Yeah.
Get the Toyota.
Yeah, it's almost like an advert for Toyota.
There we go. There's advertisement to get you.
So then, a female in the car, in this whole car industry, or in this car, let's say the car culture, within this car culture, why I'm asking this is because females, we have this, there's a stigma attached to females. Females are not car people, it's more a guy thing. So what sparked your interest actually in this whole car thing? Because why cars? Why not anything else? Why not go to shops and go buy handbags, for example? Not anything against women, but yeah.
I would say in growing up, I was always surrounded by petrolheads. Mainly being my three uncles who always, and from back in 1970 up until today, they have only been V8 people. So I've always been exposed to your old school Ford Fairlanes and your Galaxies, Pontiacs. A lot of them had what we call bouncing cars. So your hydraulics and air and everything to do with your old spec American cars. And I grew up loving the V8 motor, and eventually I realized there were things apart from V8s, and I explored the world of your 4-pot, your 5-pot. I fell in love with diesels, with turbo diesels I should say, just with the amount of torque that they carry, how good they can sound, and well, black smoke.
Yeah, but you can actually tune it for that.
I can.
Some guys actually like to add. They actually like to add this black smoke. I don't know why, but people just love it.
Yes.
They go for tuning, and then they tell the guys, listen, I want more black smoke, and apparently the guys can turn it up and make it completely black. And when you put your foot down, you don't even see the car in front, you just see smoke.
There we go.
Yeah, so as you said, your uncles, your father, the people you grew up around love V8s, they love cars, and that's obviously where your interests, where that interests were kind of started. Then I look at, even like myself, in cars, or when it comes to cars, I love cars because of, obviously, my grandfather used to race stock cars, he used to be into all those things. And then I think about it and I'm like, okay, cool, I can see where it kind of comes from. And then even the brand that I'm driving, my dad always drove Opel, so it was like, it's like kind of a brand thing. So I fully understand where it comes from. That obviously the people you grow up around and the environment you're in does influence you a lot when it comes to that. Whether you're a girl or whether you're female, whether you're a male, it does not matter. You kind of just grow up in that sort of that environment, which obviously influences you in terms of what your interests kind of move to. Then just quickly, we spoke about your work, and then just what type of work you do, number one, because I got a feeling that your work has something to do with cars as well, in terms of where the interest also comes from. So what line of work you in, and then how does that kind of attach itself to your interest?
So I've always been a lover for the physical engine itself, the motor of a car and the inner workings of a motor. And I always wondered growing up how exactly motors do exactly what they do. I ended up studying fitting and turning at Northlink because I realized that instead of working on a motor and just tweaking things and pulling things from here and putting things there and adding things, why not be able to create a motor yourself? With a branch like that, you can very literally machine whatever you want. You could create a turbo if you wanted to.
Yes.
You could do whatever you wanted with the abilities that you have. And now I'm currently working at Aprox as a mechanical and cryogenic fitter. So everything is more or less the same with fitting and turning except for the cryogenics part, where I work with very cold pumps, things that pump liquid gases, compressed gases, so on and so forth. So if you're looking for NOS,
yeah, I was going
you
to
know
ask
where
that.
to go.
I was about to ask now, do you work with NOS?
Yes.
So they don't have to, you guys don't have to go to like, Harry's, in Fast and Furious. You don't have to go to JC asking for NOS. You can just go to Kitty and Kitty will supply you with NOS.
Yeah.
So then I also seen some stickers and stuff on the van. Car crews, car clubs. What's the thing there? Are you part of clubs or are you admin of clubs or crews? What's the story?
What had initially happened was I noticed a few years ago that there are a lot of clubs here in South Africa, in Cape Town, in Joburg, wherever, where there are 200, 300 members, where people don't really know each other, and there are sensitive people in the group, there are people that just want to talk nonsense. And I always thought that if I had a small group of the people that I loved and trusted and had the same passion for cars that I had, what would happen in a group like that? And I initially started Cape Town Exiles 3 years ago to experiment what would happen if we had a family-based club.
Okay.
And from that day onwards, we've grown. We're still a very small club, but we've grown up to 25 members, and hopefully expanding that sometime soon. But we don't want to make it too big because we want our people to be familiar with each other, to be comfortable with each other, and to trust each other. Not to sound like Dominic Toretto, but we're a family.
Yeah, did you see all that memes that was going on?
That was
Yeah, like memes whole week.
Yes.
It was actually funny though, I'm not gonna lie, it was funny.
And then on top of that, last year I started a club called Hilux Nation here in the western region, because I've included people from all through Africa. I don't want to just stick to Cape Town.
Okay.
And then I work in conjunction with Hilux Nation SA, the Instagram page. So we've got a WhatsApp group, and we are at the moment 19 modified Hiluxes, I think 4 or 5 stock Hiluxes, and a few off-road spec Hiluxes. So we have a little bit of everything, because we don't want to put people out in saying, if you've got a Wonder Hilux, you don't belong with us.
Yes.
We've got, if your car is a Hilux and you've got a Toyota badge on it, you're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah. Because everyone, nowadays lots of people are obviously 2J.
I've noticed this over time, and it's a beautiful little conversion. Unfortunately, my double cab is a bit heavy for a So hopefully, I would love to go with a V10 touring motor, but that's when fuel prices come down.
Yeah, no, it's actually going up.
Yeah.
18 rand. I mean, really, these guys are
15
crazy.
for me, I think.
Yeah, I think you 15,
something.
but I mean, we like 18 rand, 20.
It's a lot to pay.
It's craziness, man. It's craziness. So I was actually thinking when you're talking now about double cab, have you ever thought of a 1UZ?
I have, but I'm strictly diesel. Not for the fact that I don't have anything against the petrol motor, but as a person, I do long drives quite a lot. I do a lot of trailer hauling, boat hauling, towing people, and all of those things. So I need the torque. Where I can get it, I need it.
Yes.
So that's the other reason that I also want to do the tunes. I want to get my torque ever so slightly up.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about so what's the plan with the van? Because obviously at the moment you stock standard, you make like 147 kilowatt and 429, somewhere around there, Newton meters of torque.
Yes.
If I remember correctly at the last time of day. So what is your plans with the van? Because it's stock standard now. Well, okay, let's say Cape Town stock. Yeah, okay, Cape Town stock. Yeah,
yes.
like everyone else at the time of day, Cape Town stock only makes 360 kilowatts.
Look, I was stock. In my defense, I was stock.
Okay.
I made my book figures.
Okay. So what's the plan with the car?
So initially, I'm going to start off with my front mount intercooler.
Okay.
I would like to do high performance fuel injectors in the next year or so.
Okay.
I'd like to do a turbo conversion, but I would love a BMW hybrid turbo, but just on talking. I don't need kilowatts, to be completely honest.
Okay.
There are so many things. I don't even know where to start. Most likely stage 1, then stage 2 tune, just to see how things go.
Yes.
But I will do the tune after I put in all the components that I want, because I don't want to be putting in components and retuning and putting in components and retuning.
Okay.
So everything will come at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna ask now. So like stage 1 would obviously be without intercooler.
Yes.
Stage 2 would have possibly that will be with intercooler, and then
Yes.
obviously now with stage 3, I'm assuming
The turbo and the
turbo injectors.
Yes.
What else?
Well, I have to check the exhaust because at the moment I've got a Profit free flow box on the back.
Okay.
So it is a straight pipe from the engine bay all the way to the back. One little free flow, just so that I'm not deemed illegal.
Yes.
And also I don't want to wake up
What's
my
do you know what
neighbors.
size exhaust is on it?
I'm still stock 46.
Okay, so you obviously when you go bigger,
Yes.
you're obviously gonna go bigger on the exhaust. So
And stainless
obviously
steel.
for the flow, you're gonna
Yes.
get a lot better flow and all of those things.
And a pretty little tip.
Oh, you're gonna put it up on it?
Yes.
Oh, so you want it to come straight out. So you're not
Yes.
like gonna put it down like everybody else faces the thing
People need to
down.
know that I'm there.
So what you're gonna do? Do you know what kind of tip you want to put on?
Not yet, but I've spoken to Profit regarding that, and they are going to create something specifically for me. Maybe a custom job. Let's see.
So Brandon's gonna do some Brandon, you're gonna do some work on her car, you must do some work on mine or something. So by the way, Brandon, it's not sponsored by Profit, but yeah, so we did give you a bit of a mention, but it's not sponsored by Profit. Kitty, thanks so much for availing yourself. Hopefully we can have you again. Maybe some other time where we can actually look at your vehicle now. And possibly look at the vehicle after you've done all these things that you said that you're obviously saying you're going to do, and then also come with your your exhaust system there with your nice polish.
I'll give you a few
Yeah, because we want to see now this custom thing that you're saying. But just thanks so much for availing yourself. I know it's it's in the week, and I fully understand we're all busy and etc. But thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. Let me just add, this was
awesome. That's a pleasure, definitely. But thanks for actually being that first person that's actually helped us out. On the first episode. Like I said to you, it was finally we're actually doing this. We've been speaking about it for a while, but we just want to thank you, and also we would like to ask that you guys could please like, subscribe, and share the video. Also, you can comment down below, tell us what you thought about the video, tell us what you thought about everything. You may comment, tell us everything that you feel. We will listen obviously and try and improve as we go along. Also, very soon we'll have another episode up and running. This is Havoc TV, completely disruptive.